Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some Minecraft. We're back here with this big large project that we've got going on. And we're kind of just going to be building up the walls, probably add some windows. I did decide on the light blue stained glass pane for windows. So we've got that going for us. And I believe we are sticking with the light gray for the external walls, and then I think we're going to do a white for internals. So let's get down to this and start adding that first layer in. I do want to do a mechanical sliding door. Mechanical sliding door for the entrance, but we will work on that another time because that takes quite a bit of space. So I don't know exactly how much I'm going to have to allot for it, but should have known it was going to be too good to be true. It went on. I was able to sprint and do it for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be able to. Yeah. So I'll figure that stuff off camera for the redstone to get the sliding doors going. Damn you, husks. Alright, and that's whole one layer of the internal walls done. Yeah. Oh, but before I forget, last week I was debating about getting a new iPad. So you can see the box above my finger here. I did get it. I also have it right here. It already has a case with a smart cover. The Face ID camera thing on it. Yeah, if I show it there, it gets blurred out. But yeah, it is like a lot of people. And I mean, a lot of people have been going absolute nuts over the 13-inch models thinness. This is 0.2 millimeters thicker, but it's also stupidly thin. I mean, I love it. It's lightweight. It's very versatile. I have not tried to bend it or anything. I'm not dumb like that. I'm not gonna try to purposely do damage to a brand new product, especially one as expensive as this. So yeah, this was a $1,200 configuration. It is the base storage M4 iPad Pro 11-inch with cellular. So literally the only thing that I upped on is the cellular. Other than that, it's the $9.99 base tablet, and 256 onboard storage is more than enough for me, who had just previously had a base iPad 7th gen with 32 gigs, which was a nightmare. And my current phone has 256 gigs, and I don't know what to do with it all. Now, granted, I haven't really done a whole lot of video editing on my phone, even though I do have LumaFusion on it and can do it. I just haven't. my video files usually aren't more than like a gig or two at a time, and I'm not going to be editing hundreds of videos and having it all store on there. And I've already installed pretty much all the games that I want to play on there, and it hasn't taken that much storage up. So I'm happy with the storage, with the lowest level storage. Having a binned M4 with like one less core on it is not, like, I've seen benchmarks and stuff like that. They're still really close in computing power. So say what you want about the lesser storage tiers of the M4 iPad Pros. Still a very comparable, very overpowered for iPad OS device, but I'm not going to complain too much about the software, because the software has everything that I personally need for a small, like, portable computer. I don't use Final Cut, I don't use Logic. Those are available on iPad, and from what I hear, they're comparable versions of the software. But like the other tools and apps and stuff like that that the desktop, like Mac OS does, that iPad OS doesn't, I don't use any of those programs, and I really don't have any use case for those programs. So for a video game content creator on YouTube who would like to pre-record some videos and edit them on an iPad in LumaFusion, and then also probably record some mobile games like Call of Duty Mobile, and then edit them on device on the LumaFusion app as well. That's all the pro level of tablet that I need. So, I mean, as much as I would love to have a MacBook, I don't need a MacBook. I, at the very least, need an iPad Pro. And guess what? I now have an iPad Pro. It came in today, this morning, shortly before noon. And I unboxed it, and I transferred all the stuff from my old iPad onto it, and I added stuff that I wasn't able to fit on the old iPad. And I've yet to start doing any video editing. I haven't recorded anything. I kind of was out for the rest of the day. I did take it with me, but I didn't have any way of making a video while I was on the go. I mean, I could have done a mobile game video, but I did not have the time. I was out and about, but I was using the iPad. I was getting used to the whole new thin tablet. So I like it. You guys can take it or leave it, but I like it. And it's just the upgrade from the 7th gen base iPad that I needed for the equipment that I use and the softwares that I use. So I'm happy with my purchase. If you guys aren't, then don't get one. If it's not made for you, then I think we should do 3 high. Oh, that's gonna mess with the Windows, isn't it? Well, if that's the case, I could use light blue glass blocks instead, and just have them in the white, on the white one. That might actually work better. So we're gonna ditch you. We're gonna go to you. I think that might give us the look that we want for. Because window panes, I love the window pane. I love the glass pane block. But it's only good for single block thick walls. It's not good for anything thicker than that. So I think we'll stop that there. We'll do like one of these kind of corners like that. That'll be good. You still get that inset look on the outside, which you will come to know and love from glass panes. And then on the inside, it's kind of flush, which is fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. So it'll have a little bit of character to it. I mean, like I said, I do enjoy the glass panes, and I do think it's a lot better use of material because you get so many glass panes out of a single per sand. Like the rate is a lot better, so it's a lot more efficient use of materials. But once again, you can only really get the proper look that you want from the glass panes using a single block thick wall. Unless I'll do an experiment here, okay? Because I don't think it's gonna work the way that I want it to. So we'll pull the glass panes back out, and we're gonna do this. I don't know if that's gonna be good. Because this might work. I don't know how like that versus this. I feel like there's a lot going on with this, and I don't really like the whole like lines inside of it. Kind of makes the windows act a little funky. You get that even coverage on both sides. It's inlay on both sides, but it's a little too busy looking. Got a whole lot going on there that I don't like. That you can see through. That's a window. So we're gonna go with the glass block idea. I said we were going 3 high, so we are going to go 3 high. I like that. That's fine. I think that's good. We might end up sectioning these windows up a bit, but for right now, I think that's good. I think 3 high is a decent for a set of windows. there's a little bit of what we're starting with. It's not very center, but I don't know. I kind of liked it right across the way from the... I don't know. I kind of liked it. I don't know. Should I make it in the middle? I think I should probably make it in the middle. Or at least give it like a second entrance. Trying to find the middle. That's 100 blocks in. Okay, so we're at 174 and it goes down. So we need to go to 74. Oh no, it goes up. For a second I thought it went down. Sorry. My bad. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it goes up when I go towards it. Okay. So 174, we're going to 274 then. Alright. Alright, so that's not that far off. That's the center. So as much as I'd like to be like right across from that, their dead center might be our best bet for that. Alright, so we're gonna go to the opposite corners and we're gonna build up, I think, 4 high. That's what we got so far. Yeah, 4 high. Obviously, we're not going to have windows across every side full length like we did up front, because this is not a view that we want. I didn't want too much on that. got that corner done. I know it really doesn't matter because it's not really going to get seen. But for the sake of doing it right, I'm going to do it this way. So I think we're going to work on the back before we get to the sides. Okay, so and it goes down. So 343. 374 to 343. All right. Okay, so that's 31 blocks in. Okay, so we're gonna also see if this side is 30 blocks in or not. Probably not, but 174. So let's see. There's 205. This is where our theoretical window would be best placed. Right here. At 236. I'm not too worried about the back window being completely even because I'll have multiple rooms and stuff like that. It could easily be ignored, and we're not going to really look at the back side very often from the outside, so it being not even, probably not that detrimental. But that is where we will draw the lines for the start and end of the window. So everything from here to the corner is going to be concrete. Oh, and I do have Minecraft loaded on said new iPad. I had it on the old one, but the old one had a maximum render distance of 6 chunks, and that's not enough to see a vast majority of this from where I'm standing. Probably like right as I'm right around where I'm tracing my crosshairs around. See that like little arc I'm making? Like that would be like the border of how far I could see. It was just the render distance was just absolutely garbage. Now, like as far as running the game itself, it had no issues. It's not, and with its limited keyboard and mouse support, well, not really all that limited anymore. But with its keyboard, in-game keyboard mouse support, I was able to play like I am right now with a keyboard and mouse. So it was really nice. I have yet to use said keyboard and mouse on the new iPad. So that's gonna be fun to do. I have a Bluetooth keyboard and a Magic Mouse that I was using with my old iPad that I will probably be just switching to using the new iPad with. And then if I do eventually want to put in the $300 for the Pro exclusive Magic Keyboard, I'll consider that. This is full 4 high, so we can extend beyond. So we can add the top border of our window. Yeah. I like keyboard and mouse setup. Trackpads are not really my thing, so even if I do get the $300 Magic Keyboard, I'm probably not going to be using the trackpad. I'll probably still be using the Magic Mouse. Why am I not? I think I'm not facing down enough, so it doesn't want to do it. I think I figured this out last episode, but I don't know. So, like, I wanted to at least do a good amount of, like, the base stuff on here before doing stuff off camera. But, hello, Brandy, eyes live.
I know.
Okay. I didn't know if it's always a gamble whether you got the notification or not.
I did not get the notification, but
Discord told me, didn't it?
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons I made sure that all the accounts that I could connect to Discord were connected, because it helps. I'm doing windows and walls.
Uh-oh. I was playing with Mimi when I left Mimi in the house after playing with her. She is now singing the song of her people. No. And I can hear it clear as day outside. Oopsies.
You have upset her.
I did. I turned around to pick my stuff up to go upstairs, so I could get it by the stairs to get it ready. And I turned around and she's bearing belly, so I couldn't resist.
I already announced to the audience that I got my new
Oh.
Well, it was this in this series last episode that I was debating about getting it, so I figured I might as well, For anyone that decides to watch the playlist, which there is a playlist, by the way, and like at some point after this becomes not longer live, it will be on screen at the very end of the video. But like for people who like will sit and watch a playlist, then the like one episode he's talking about getting an iPad. Next episode he got the iPad. Setup, closure, good continuity with the series.
Would have left them guessing.
Maybe one of these times I'll record an entire episode of this on said iPad to really bring it full circle. I don't know if the aspect ratio of it would be weird or not. Probably, but I don't know what aspect ratio the iPad runs. I know that my old iPad was not a 16:9 ratio. So I know that much, but I don't know if the new one is a 16:9 or not. I don't think it is. I don't think there's any mobile Apple product right now that does a 16:9 ratio anymore, which is kind of odd because that's the kind of the aspect ratio for most horizontal photos and videos. It's the most accepted aspect ratio. I will do a quick Google on that. Aspect ratio of iPad Pro 11-inch M4. It is a 4:3 ratio. So if you guys see an episode in the future that for some reason is a 4:3 ratio and not a 16:9 ratio, it's an iPad. Nothing I can do about that. If I screen record the Minecraft on the iPad, it's going to be in a 4:3 ratio and not a 16:9. So that's going to also go for any potential Call of Duty mobile video I would put out. It would also be a 4:3 ratio, but it probably be a damn good looking mobile game video though. I ran that a little bit earlier today, folks, and it looks very nice. It looks nice on my phone, but it's small. This looks nice and it's big.
I'll stay quiet.
Yeah. It's more comparable to an actual like laptop gaming experience, screen size wise, and it's very comparable. I had the visuals set to very high, and the frame rate max to 120. Now I at some point might give a go at having the max quality, and then that will set the frame rate to only very high, which I think locks it at 90, which is still good, just not, frames win games kind of deal.
Wait.
It's like if he wants to win games, having that extra refresh rate is very important, because there is some sweaty players on COD Mobile, and I've seen very sweaty players use touchscreen controls, and I'm like, you have fun, like contorting your hands in all sorts of shapes and stuff that it's not meant to bend in. You have fun with that. I'm gonna grab my Scuff PS4 controller, and I'm gonna have a jolly good time. And it's gonna be comfy. And the only reason that it's a Scuff PS4 controller and not a Scuff PS5 controller is because I literally am not going to be spending any exorbitant money on controllers anymore. I play almost exclusively with a keyboard and mouse. The exceptions are A, mobile, and B, Switch. Both, which are pretty much like lock you into controller usage, with few exceptions, with the iPad being that I can use keyboard and mouse for Minecraft on the iPad, and I
Now don't do it to me.
don't know if any other games on mobile are compatible. But
So you come over here immediately. Screw you, Odin.
having kitty problems.
Yes. I have. I got a face full of fur. I went to go give him a hug. And you did it well. And then got right under my feet as I was trying to lay into bed.
Now, when I first started playing, I'm going to bring the conversation back to the Call of Duty mobile topic, because, like, yeah, there are sweaty players now, but back when I, like, first, early days or whatever, when it first had having controller support, whatever, literally all you would need is a controller and a decent phone or tablet. Like, you didn't really have a whole lot of options for high frame rates. So the player landscape was pretty even on that regard. So basically, if you had a controller and you strafed quite a bit when shooting and stuff like that, you were golden. Like, you could be an amazing COD mobile player just by doing those, like, having those two things in your repertoire. A controller, and B, strafing. Now, the more powerful phone was kind of a given. Like, it was, if you didn't have a within the last year or two phone, then you probably shouldn't have been trying to play the game in the first place, because it wasn't going to run very well, if at all, for you. So the only advantage you could really have is the controller and actually strafing when you shoot, because I don't know how many players I would encounter, and I'm talking about real players, I'm not talking about bots, that would stand and shoot, because strafing would have been like a whole finger acrobatics deal when trying to, like, aim and shoot. Whereas when you had a controller, you just doo-doo-doo-doo. And I know when you hook up a controller, it says it'll matchmake you with controller players. There was not enough controller players then for that to be completely accurate. It was just like, it would prioritize putting you with other controller players, and then if it couldn't find enough, it'd throw the touchscreen players in there. But even most of the controller players that I'd faced in matches were not strafing, and it's literally just moving the stick side to side when you're shooting. And that, like, I had gotten tactical nukes in so many matches. It was completely hilarious. I had a 40-0 game in a team deathmatch. I ran out of bullets in my gun and had to switch to my karambit, which was my secondary, because melee is kind of tricky in COD Mobile, so I would just use a melee weapon as a secondary weapon. So I'd run out of bullets in my gun, and instead of picking up someone else's gun, I would just run around the Karambit, and people still couldn't kill me. So I was having a jolly good time. Now there's quite a bit more sweaty players. I still do very well in games. And the battle royale is still like fairly easy to win. So even
So I want to tell you something funny really quickly. I have an Odin in bed. Okay, he got up. He started making murder muffins on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
He then looked at the phone because you were talking. He stared at it, and he stretched a pot and pushed it away.
Wow. That cat is possessive.
He went and ran away.
He got called out. He wasn't prepared for that.
Like, it's being mommy time. Go away.
It's like you're butting in on our time. This is our special, like, snuggle time, and you're ruining it with your YouTube content.
No idea what to put on to watch.
Markiplier playing Power Wash. That's what he's.
Yeah, we all end up with me snoring. Just watch some funny videos.
We do need to get back around to doing Power Wash again. It's kind of one of the handful of games that have taken back burner position. Just kind of like Pal World. Like I need to get around to getting things set up to do the Bella Noire raid. And then I need to make an episode on doing the Bella Noire raid. And also figuring out how to get the variant version as well. I think it's Libero variant. I think it, like, my two theories on it. I've actually never looked into the actual thing or how to do it, but the two theories I have going into it blind are: A, anytime you do a Bella Noire raid, there's a chance of it being a Libero variant instead, or B, you do the raid with Bella Noire and then you breed it with something else to get a Libero variant. And that's literally my only two theories on it. Or I should say hypotheses. But
Well, considering it's a boss raid, you better think about which village you're giving up.
well, I'm thinking that because does it have to be in a base area, or can't, like, I know you can craft build things outside of them.
Yes, it spawns in the base.
Well, mine has the most room available, and does it take up the whole thing, or?
Pretty much. Like, people are from the video that I watch. So I don't want to give too much away, but they're just going and finding a clear spot and then bringing all their best pals and throwing them in that base and then just spawning.
Now, from what I can tell, it's a level 30 boss. Or something along the line.
It's a level 30 boss, but its health is up there.
Well, here's what we do. We stock up on bullets. Like a motherfucker. We all have the Ring of Mercy on. And we just light the bitch up. Don't throw a single pallet. We all just start shooting it. Shooting the hell out of it. And let that be the entire episode. Just like fire. We'll figure it out. But
that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
From what I remember from that video, the Ring of Mercy, if you put your pals out, they can't even kill.
I thought the Ring of, in my experience, the Ring of Mercy does not affect your pals. In fact, the only way that I can kill things while I have it on is when I throw my pal out. Because there have been several times where I'd shoot a random pal and forget that I still had it on. I'm like, ugh, damn it. And I just throw a pal out and they finish it off for me. So, I'm not saying that Bella Noire can't be an exception to that. But just from my personal experience, the Ring of Mercy does not affect your pals and their ability to murder things. I think I'm happy with the window placements that I've made on this building so far. We're only like, if I do make this a multi-floor building, this would be like the first floor. I haven't even divided up rooms right now. I'm not going to work on the interior until I know what I want to do specifically with the arrangement of it. The main thing that I'm going to be doing right now is focusing on the outside shell. So, I believe that I'm going to have it 100 tall. So the dimensions of the building will be 200 by 200 by 100.
Oh boy.
So it is gonna be big. It's gonna be large. But with what I have intended for the building, which I'm still keeping hush, is gonna need to be big. So. Well, I got as much built as I wanted to for this episode. It took a lot less time than I was anticipating. And I will work on it more in between episodes. Because I've gotten as much done on camera that I definitely wanted to make sure got done on camera before we get later and closer to the finished outer structure. So I will now begin to do some of the work off camera when I can. So, yeah. We didn't even go for a full hour, but I feel like this is the best stopping point that I have. So, oh, there's a villager with a banner. I'ma kill it. I want another banner. Give me your banner.
Hey, look, there's a creeper.
Yeah. They can stay though. I guess to get a little extra in the episode, I'll go put this in my wall. I know it wasn't like a fair kill, but honestly, it was going to take 2 hits anyway, so it really doesn't matter whether it hit me back or not. We're going to go back into survival mode, because technically if I stayed in creative mode, I could just start placing it literally all over the damn place. I don't know if I want to place it upstairs or downstairs. I think downstairs placements are... oh yeah. Forgot, I started to do this wall too, so we will just put that right there next to that one, and now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Do I have any other? Okay. Nope. That makes Illager Captain number 9 on my on my record or whatever. Alright, well that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this, please do leave a like, and if you're new and haven't done so, subscribe. Consider joining the channel membership for $1 a month. Make sure to check out all the important links down in the description below. And once this becomes a VOD or a video archive, as I mentioned earlier, there will be a video and a playlist, probably the playlist for this series on screen, for you guys to continue your watching journey here on the channel. And with all that said, I will see you guys in the next one.